Hey ladies, Nice Girl Jen here, Jennifer Del Torre, creator, founder of Nice Girls Finish Last. Wanted to first of all wish you a happy new year. So if you are like myself and many others, you have come up with some new plans for this upcoming year, things that you are ready to change, stuff that you really want to accomplish, perhaps even some bad habits that you want to drop and stop from doing, poor spending, maybe bad eating habits, and so on and so forth. So first of all, I wanted to cover 5 points that will help you in accomplishing these decisions for the upcoming year. And something that I like to do and that my husband likes to do is, instead of calling things goals and resolutions, we call them decisions. Because what ends up happening is when people make resolutions and people make their goals, they end up becoming more like wishes, because they hardly ever get done. And it's because you just didn't take them seriously. They were for sure things that you hoped to do, and if you had a genie, you'd wish for these things to be done. But that's basically it, and you didn't put any effort towards really making sure that you accomplish them. So this year for 2018, stop with the resolutions and the goals and just make firm decisions that you will get them done. So I wanted to cover 5 points that will hopefully help you in accomplishing the decision this year, so that when we're ending this year and we're rolling in 2019, you won't have to add any of these back on your list for yet another year, right? So get pen and paper if you haven't done so already, and let me go through them with you. And let's make it a profitable and successful 2018. And I know it can be hard because some people are so done and tired with 2017. They're glad it's over. Maybe there was some major struggles and challenges or heartbreaks, and so you're so ready to go into this new year and you're happy that it's finally here. So let's make sure that anything you've got on your list of things that you want to accomplish, you actually can get done. So number 1, make your decisions visible. If you've ever read Think and Grow Rich, or even better yet, Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, he talks about that the most successful people have what's called a definite chief aim. This is something that your whole life and purpose and calling is all about, and you need to make sure you put this in a place where you're always going to see it every single day. Otherwise, what happens is you forget that it even exists, and you forget all about it, and you don't accomplish it, and you don't keep your mind focused on the right thing. So just like your definite chief aim, whatever that may be, keep your decisions visible. Type them up, put them on your bathroom mirror, put them somewhere in your bedroom. I would even list them and then have that as your wallpaper on your phone or your tablet. Somewhere that you're gonna see it every single day. Because if you don't, you're gonna start to forget about it, and pretty soon it'll just be another thing to add onto your list for 2019. But if you keep your mind on it and you focus on it and you see it every day, it's a constant reminder of what you're supposed to be doing and what is important to you to accomplish. So number 1, keep it visible so you don't forget all about it. Number 2, and this is important, be realistic. So what do I mean by that? I mean that how long is this going to take to accomplish? Not how long would you just like it to happen. We'd all like things to happen like that. But how long is it actually going to take if you're pacing yourself and you're being realistic? What's the work involved in it? You know, people love to make these weight loss and fitness goals, but we all know that people clear out of there, right? After a month? And it's because they're not realistic to the work that it's going to be, the habits that they're going to have to change. You know, is your daily routine going to have to be interrupted and changed? All of those are serious stuff. It's one thing to say, hey, every day from this time, I'm going to read or I'm going to work out. But when it's a habit that you have to break of whatever else you were doing in that hour, that takes some real work and some real discipline. So be realistic on the work that's involved with it. and put that into your plan on how you're going to be able to accomplish it. So be realistic so that you don't end up feeling overwhelmed. If you want to lose 50 pounds in the year, you need to be realistic on what that's going to look like. And so you could be true to yourself and understand and already get it in your mind of what it's going to take just to be able to do that, right? Number 3, set your goal up into, or not your goal, your decisions, into increments. Break them down into increments. So let's say you're building a network marketing company and you want to be able to recruit 5 people at a minimum a month. So what does that mean? How many people are you going to have to speak to and seek out for online or wherever it may be and set up and show them the opportunity? And then in order to be able to accomplish and get those 5 people. So you need to think about that. If you've got a weight loss goal, don't think about losing the 50 pounds. Think about, okay, by this date, I'll lose, my focus is 10 pounds, and then by this date, 20 pounds, and by this date, and break it up like that. Because when you're just looking at like a huge goal, if I want to recruit 1,000 people in the year, that's overwhelming, okay? That's a challenge where you might feel pumped up in January, February, March, you're like, all right, I've done 2 people so far, this is going nowhere. So you need to break it up into increments and then focus just on those small increments, because then you're not looking at this overwhelming figure, but you're just taking it one step at a time, and it's much more attainable, and you'll be able to complete each, each section, each increment much more successfully. Number 4, announce your decision to somebody that you're close to, somebody that you know cares about you and isn't going to judge. Why is this a good thing to do? Because it's one thing to just write it down on paper for yourself. But if you know that somebody else knows about your plans, then you know that they're going to kind of hold you accountable to it. And I would ask them to check up on you every now and then. Hey, here's my decisions for the upcoming year. I really want to accomplish them. Could you ask me about them every now and then? And not only do you want to make yourself proud that you are staying on track and you are being disciplined enough to reach those decisions, but also somebody else is proud of you too, and they're encouraging you along the way. So make sure you tell somebody about them so you don't just keep them to yourself, because then if you fail, nobody knows about it but you. But if you start to fail and fall off track, it's going to be a little embarrassing when you've got to answer to somebody else. So pick somebody wisely and share your decisions with that person. And last but not least, number 5, record your progress and your journey. So grab a journal if you need to, but it's really important to write down and keep track of the progress that you're making. Otherwise, you'll never really know how much you've actually done and how much accurately you have to go in order to hit that decision. So if you think about, let's say you went out of town and you went to visit your niece and nephew, and they're 3 and 5 years old, and then you go back and visit them at 6 months later, because kids grow so quick. When you come back and see them 6 months later, you're like, holy crap, look how much you guys have changed and grown. But their parents don't really notice it because they see their kids on an every single day basis. They don't notice those little changes that happen every day. But you do. And it's the same thing with your decisions. If you don't keep track of where you started and where you've gotten to, then you'll just think maybe that you're failing at this, you're never gonna be able to accomplish this, you were crazy for putting this on your list, and you are not gonna be able to actually see the progress that you've made. And you need to be able to see that to help you, encourage you to keep pushing forward. If you've already gotten this far, you can get a little further and you can get a little further. So it's very important that you record your progress along the way. If you're doing something with your business, keep accurate numbers. You can really tell if things are working in the order that you want them to work, if you are making change, and be able to see how far you've come. Because when you see that, that'll really pump you up to be pushing forward and accomplish everything that you wanted to accomplish for the new year. So hope that helps. Please put in the comments which point stuck out to you, if you've tried any of them before, or maybe you've got a tip or trick that you've done that works really well. Share that with us below. And if your goal this year, your decision this year, is to get your business up and running and you're tired of it just feeling like a hobby, then reach out to me. Go to nicegirlsfinishlast.com. I help new women entrepreneurs kickstart their business, recreate their whole marketing strategies, their online presence, and help you build your business and get it up on the right track. So put in the comments what you thought. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you ladies soon.